Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. We'd love to dig into the research, and today we're looking at how AI could change the way we learn.
Yeah.
And we'll be looking specifically at a paper called AI Agents in Education, Simulated Practice at Scale. So by the end of this deep dive, you should really understand how these researchers are using AI to try to make educational simulations, more powerful and accessible.
What's so interesting here is, how AI could help us bridge that gap between, knowing something in theory and actually being able to do it.
Yeah.
Like giving people the chance to practice real-world skills in a safe environment.
Okay. So we're not talking about just memorizing facts or reading a textbook. We're talking about actually learning by doing.
Exactly. And simulations have been used effectively in fields like military training or healthcare for a while now.
Okay.
Learning to fly a plane or perform surgery.
Yeah.
You want to practice that in a simulation first. But building these simulations has always been a huge undertaking, very costly and time consuming.
I can imagine all the, scripting and design and programming that goes into like creating all those branching storylines and realistic character interactions. It's a lot. It's not something every school could just pull off.
Right. And that's where AI comes in.
Okay.
These researchers believe AI agents could be a real game changer.
Okay.
Instead of, painstakingly designing every little detail.
Yeah.
AI can generate diverse scenarios and respond to a student's choices like in real time.
So it's like having a custom-built learning experience that adapts to you as you go.
Exactly. And AI can take on a variety of roles within the simulation.
Oh, wow.
Mentors, role players, instructors, even evaluators providing personalized feedback.
So it's like having a whole team of AI teachers and characters working with you.
That's the idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this just a theoretical idea, or do they actually build this?
They did. They actually created a prototype simulation called PitchQuest.
PitchQuest.
Specifically designed to teach students how to deliver a winning venture capital pitch.
PitchQuest. That sounds intense. Why venture capital pitches specifically?
Well, think about it,
Yeah.
You have to think on your feet. You have to handle tough questions.
Oh, yeah.
You have to project confidence.
For sure.
It's a high-stakes situation with no single right answer.
It's what you called earlier. It's an unstructured problem, right?
Exactly.
There's not a single formula for success.
And that's where the AI comes in.
Okay.
So in PitchQuest, the AI takes on various roles to guide you through this whole process.
I'm really curious. Walk us through how this actually works. What's the learning experience like in this PitchQuest?
Sure. So it starts with a video lecture, giving you the basics of pitching.
Okay.
But then things get really interesting.
Right.
You get to, it can answer your questions, provide guidance, even tailor its advice based on information you've shared.
So the AI mentor actually knows something about your background and your interests?
Yes.
Wow.
Then you get to choose which AI investor you want to pitch to.
Okay.
Each with its own personality and investment style.
So you're not just practicing the pitch, you're learning how to read the room and adapt your approach to different audiences.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
And get this, the investor AI actually has a backstory.
Oh, wow.
And internal guidelines.
Okay.
That determine how it responds, what questions it asks, and even when it decides to end the interaction.
So it's not just random, it's actually reacting to how you're doing and whether you're hitting the key points.
Precisely.
A good pitch.
Yeah.
So the simulation is almost learning alongside the student in a way.
That's a great way to put it.
And then after your pitch, you get personalized feedback from an AI evaluator.
Yeah.
Giving you pointers on, what worked, what to improve. So it really is like having this private pitching coach at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And all this is happening in this safe environment where you can experiment and make mistakes and learn without any real-world consequences.
That's the beauty of it.
It's a powerful combination of, personalized learning and AI.
Yeah.
But, of course, it's not without its challenges, right?
Of course not.
What are some of the limitations the researchers came across with this approach?
Well, one issue is that, current AI models, impressive as they are, can sometimes lose track of storylines.
Okay.
Especially in longer, more complex interactions.
Yeah.
And there's always the potential for inconsistencies in the AI's responses over time.
So it's still early days for this technology.
Yeah.
You can't just plug in AI and expect perfect results.
Exactly. The researchers emphasize that human oversight is crucial.
Okay.
You need careful design of the AI prompts.
Right.
Thorough testing and ongoing monitoring for potential issues.
And I imagine transparency is key here too, right?
Absolutely.
People need to understand how the AI is working. what its limitations are,
Yeah.
and that they're ultimately in control of their own learning.
In PitchQuest, students are told up front that they're interacting with AI.
Okay.
And they're given tips on how to guide the conversation and get the most out of the experience.
So it's about empowering the learner to use AI effectively as a tool.
Exactly.
This has been really fascinating. So far, we've seen how this PitchQuest simulation works, and it's clear the researchers have put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though, is this just a one-off experiment, or do they see broader applications for this?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what we'll dive into next.
Okay.
This PitchQuest example is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Let's take a deeper look at these broader possibilities.
Let's do it. So imagine a world, where anyone, anywhere, could have access to personalized interactive learning experiences.
Yeah.
Kind of like PitchQuest.
That is a powerful idea. Democratizing access to high-quality education, through AI. But PitchQuest is very business-focused. What other kind of skills could this approach be used for?
Well, that's what's so fascinating about this research. They see these, AI simulations as potentially beneficial for almost anything.
Right.
Think about language learning, for instance.
Yeah.
Imagine practicing your Spanish with an AI that can adapt to your level, your interests, role play, different scenarios, give you immediate feedback.
Yeah, it'd be like having a conversation partner who's always available and infinitely patient.
Exactly. Or think about history.
Okay.
What if you could step into an AI-powered simulation of ancient Rome?
Oh, wow.
Or walk alongside Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights Movement.
It would make learning so much more engaging and immersive.
Right. It could bring history to life in a way that textbooks just can't.
And it wouldn't just be about passive observation. You could actually interact with these historical figures and situations, make choices, and see how things unfold.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And think about fields like science or engineering. AI simulations could let students experiment with different designs, test hypotheses in a virtual lab, or even explore the human body from the inside out.
The possibilities are really endless.
They really are.
It's incredible to think about how this could transform the way we learn, not just in classrooms, but, workplaces, personal lives too.
Yeah.
Lifelong learning could become so much more accessible and engaging.
Exactly. And as AI technology continues to improve, these simulations will only become more sophisticated and realistic.
That's true. That brings up an interesting question, though.
Mm-hmm.
If AI can create these incredible personalized learning experiences, what does that mean for the role of teachers in the future?
It's a big question, and one that I think educators are already grappling with.
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Okay.
Not a replacement
Right.
for human connection and guidance.
So it's about augmentation, not replacement.
Exactly. Teachers will always play a vital role in inspiring students, nurturing their curiosity, helping them develop critical thinking skills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But AI could free up teachers to focus more on those things by handling some of the more, tedious tasks like grading or providing basic feedback.
Right. Imagine a teacher being able to spend more time working one-on-one with students, tailoring their instruction to individual needs.
Yeah.
Really digging deep into complex topics.
AI could be a powerful tool for personalizing education in a way that's just not possible with traditional methods.
I think so.
This whole conversation has really opened my eyes to the potential of AI in education. But before we wrap up, I want to touch on something we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
The need for, human oversight and careful design when it comes to AI.
It's a crucial point. We can't just unleash AI into classrooms without thinking carefully about the potential downsides.
Right. What about the risk of AI systems reinforcing existing biases?
Yeah.
If the data used to train the AI is skewed, it could perpetuate inequalities rather than helping to overcome them.
But that's why it's so important to have diverse teams of researchers and developers working on these systems.
Right.
Making sure that they're designed to be fair, equitable, accessible to all learners.
And it's crucial to be transparent with students about how AI is being used in their education.
Absolutely.
They need to know what data is being collected, how it's being used, how it might affect their learning.
Transparency and trust are essential.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that students understand that AI is a tool that can enhance their learning, not something that's being used to control or manipulate them.
It's about empowering students to take ownership of their learning, even in an AI-driven environment.
Exactly.
You need to approach AI in education with a sense of both, optimism and caution.
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool with enormous potential, but it's up to us to use it responsibly and ethically.
I agree.
This has been a fascinating deep dive, and I'm already thinking about all the possibilities for AI in education. It's a future worth exploring, with both excitement and a healthy dose of critical thinking.
I agree. It's a future that we as a society need to be actively shaping.
Before we sign off, I'd love to leave our listeners with a final question to ponder.
Okay.
If AI can create personalized learning experiences at scale, and those experiences can extend beyond classrooms into our workplaces and even our personal lives,
Right.
what could this mean for the future of lifelong learning?
It's a fantastic question, and one I think we'll be wrestling with for years to come.
Will we all have personalized AI mentors guiding us throughout our careers?
It's possible.
Will AI help us constantly adapt and learn new skills in a world that's changing faster than ever?
Will we have access to AI-powered tools that let us pursue any passion, master any skill at any age?
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about.
It is, but one thing's for sure, the world of learning is on the verge of a pretty dramatic transformation, and AI is going to play a huge role in shaping that future.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about, but for now we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of AI in education. We hope you've gained some valuable insights, and as always, we encourage you to continue exploring these topics on your own.
And remember, this research paper and the PitchQuest simulation are just one example of what's happening in this field.
Right.
There are countless other researchers, companies, and educators out there exploring the potential of AI in education.
So keep digging, keep learning, and keep questioning. Till next time, stay curious.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, what will learning even look like in 10 years, 20 years?
Right.
Will it even be recognizable?
Yeah, it's fun to think about. But one thing I keep coming back to is no matter how amazing AI gets, it's still a tool.
Right.
It's up to us to use it wisely.
Yeah.
And make sure it benefits all learners.
We can't just let technology passively shape the future of education. We have to be involved. We have to ask the hard questions and make sure that, human values are at the center of it. I agree. Will AI make education more equitable, or will it widen the gap between those who have access to these tools and those who don't?
Right.
How do we make sure that these AI systems are designed to be inclusive and fair? These are questions we need to be thinking about now.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, but it's also a huge opportunity. We have the chance to shape the future of learning in a way that truly benefits humanity.
And that's what makes this research so inspiring.
Yeah.
It's not just about the technical possibilities. It's about using those possibilities to create a better future for everyone.
I love that. It's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
This has been a truly thought-provoking deep dive. Thank you so much for guiding us through this complex topic.
It's been my pleasure. I always enjoy exploring these big ideas with you and our listeners.
And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of AI in education. We hope you've learned something new and maybe even feel inspired to learn more.
And remember, this research paper and the PitchQuest simulation are just one example of what's happening in this field.
Right.
There are countless other researchers, companies, and educators out there exploring the potential of AI in education.
So keep digging, keep learning, and keep questioning. Until next time, stay curious.